All right, welcome everybody to Grassroots Resistance Collective. It is August 25th, 2026. I'm joined with my co-host, Jen and Chastity, and today's guest is going to be Chelsey Hockett. She is running for U.S. House Congressional District 5 here in Texas. How are you ladies doing today?
Great.
Good.
Tired.
Yeah.
We had a pretty eventful weekend.
Yeah.
We had an amazing weekend. We got to actually see each other face to face.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was fun. We needed that.
That was
That was good.
Yeah, it was really good.
I was looking back
Thanks
on
for
that.
the
I was looking back on that, and I was like, man, that was really fun. We did that shit.
right?
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
was
we did
nice.
that.
It was nice to catch up. And Lazy Days is definitely gonna be my new favorite spot down there. So
Yeah, for sure.
Today's is super cool there.
Shout out Lazy
very
Days, man. That's my spot. I'm always over there.
That's Tovar's Cheers. That's what I tell him all the time.
It is. It really is. I try
He
to.
walks in there and everybody's like, "What's up?"
yeah, we noticed you guys got frequent flyer miles.
Yeah, for sure. I get the homie discounts. Yeah, for sure. Love it there. Go support Lazy Days. What's we got some sad news today.
Yeah. Yeah. You go ahead because I can't
Well,
even like
let me s-
pretend like I can handle that this is real.
let me read. Let me just read it. Um, well, Dolly Parton died today. She was 80 years old. She was born January 19th, 1946, died today, August 25th, 2026. 80 years old. Um, Dolly Rebecca Parton Dean was an American musician, actress, and songwriter, philanthropist, and businesswoman, dubbed Queen of Country. She was one of the most honored female country performers and received various accolades, including 11 Grammy Awards, 3 Emmy Awards, and the Jean Hersholt Humanitarian Award, along with nominations for 2 Academy Awards, 6 Golden Globe Awards, and a Tony Award. R.I.P. to Dolly Parton.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Looks like Chelsea's here.
We can
There's chaos for just a moment.
Okay.
take your time.
Take your
Welcome.
time.
Let me see if I can get this camera to work
Yeah, there we go. Boom, you got it.
with some light.
Looks
Maybe.
good.
I gotta do some today going.
Raw, uncut, guys.
Oh yeah. All right. I don't know if that's any better, but
Hello.
All right, Miss Chelsey
how are you
Hockett.
doing?
Thank
Good to
you
see
so-
y'all again.
Good to see
Good
you
to see
too.
you.
You.
I'm happy to be here, especially because it means I got through 2 elections to be here.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
We're so excited to see you for the same reasons.
Congratulations.
Sounds like you've been a little busy.
A little bit. I started today. I dropped off my daughter at school, turned around, came home, got ready. We went to a county commissioner's court. Then I registered my son for pre-K, and then I went to go see Beto and UNT.
Oh wow.
And now I'm here with y'all.
Nice.
Wow,
It was an East Texas to Denton drive, and then back to East Texas during Dallas traffic. So
Oh yeah.
Holy
that
cow.
was fun. But I'm still sweaty from it. So enjoy.
Guys, if your
Yes.
state rep is not
Yeah.
willing to drive across the state for you in an afternoon twice, don't vote for them.
Right?
They're not willing to knock on a door for you.
Oh, ooh, we have a few of those.
You know, we should just get right into it. Like what has happened since the last time we've seen you? How's everything been going? Catch
That's
us
a
up.
loaded question. Oh man, we have expanded. We have a full volunteer team. It's been really fun. We've been trying to get events and stuff together. Of course, everything because I'm very progressive in grassroots. Like I have an entire like volunteer-based staff because I can't afford to pay anybody because the campaign donations are horrible in the entire country right now apparently, and in Texas specifically,
Yep.
like we're all on a drought, and we're like, what do we do?
Yep.
So thankfully my model was already like, at 27 cents a vote, we're just going to keep pushing through with what we're doing. And everybody's pretty on board with it. But I have found just incredible staff from like people that have experience in fundraising and marketing and everybody else that's just so upset with how things are going. They're like, this is my skill set, put me to work.
Yes.
And so they're just ready to
That's
turn.
awesome.
Yeah. we went from a plus 22 to a plus 10 with the gerrymandering, and we know that the swings are going from like 11 to 31. So even that plus 22 wouldn't be a crazy thing to overcome in this political climate. But we're down to Cook plus 10. So we're just looking at that. We're going to meetings. We're trying to get to everybody. Last Saturday, I think we knocked almost 600 doors.
Wow.
It's been we're going. But
That's
Good.
awesome.
Sounds like you're doing great.
yeah, and we're working all of the candidates because of the situation that we're in. Nobody has money. We're all just like banded together. We're all grassroots.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking
Great.
about.
So, I mean, like, I have a group of the other congressional districts, like, candidates. Did we officially start yet? We did, right?
Yeah, we're good. We're rolling. Yeah, we opened up with chaos.
Yeah, but we have like a little coalition of our congressional candidates. They're part of like the Take Back Congress platform that Andrew Sneed started out of Alabama. And then we have like our CD5 and it expands too. And we make sure that we always include our neighboring ones, like Letitia Ambrose, that's running for Senate District 1. We don't overlap at all, but we've seen each other a ton. She was like, hey, do you want to come table with me at an event in Tyler? Which again, not my district, but right next to my district. So we're like, even if we're not overlapped. And I think at this point, we're like, all right, if we don't win, we're one step closer to a blue Texas, because every door we knock helps Talarico and Hinojosa, right? So we're just like, let's go. Let's fucking go.
But that's how you do that. That's how you do that. It
Yes.
can't just be these big, huge, big name, big money races.
Yeah.
It starts at city school board.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all the way from there, and everybody's helping each other and making sure that we stick to the mission statement and make sure that people hear you and hear that you're willing to speak for them and you hear the things that are hurting us. That's huge.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I'm so excited to hear.
We're just going.
That's
we're doing our
awesome.
best. And everybody, so we're not super involved with the Dallas County Democratic Party itself because it's huge and it has 1.3 million people in Dallas, right?
Yeah.
Like Dallas County. That should be 2 congressional candidates. We have 6. So I try not to like burden them with any additional like asks, because that's a lot of races to like dip your toes into.
Yeah.
So we have a ton of incredible, like we have the funky East Dallas Democrats, we have Dallas County East Democrats, we have the Oak Cliff Democrats, which they don't overlap with me, but some of them do because of like the area that like the South Dallas area. So some of them go down to the Oak Cliff to have that community. And then we have the Garland area Dems, we have the Richardson area Dems, Park City. Like we have just so many Democratic clubs in East Dallas that we're able to, work really well with them to take the burden off of Dallas County Democratic Party. But we went and met all the precinct chairs that were at the county meeting last night too, to try to get them like heavily involved in helping.
Yes.
So, it's been fun.
Great.
It's been great. So everything that you ever wanted in a slate of candidates, to just like work together, to be happy, to just be, excited. Like that's what we've got going on. Keenan and I we're driving to Van tomorrow, which is near Tyler, and we're going to go on a Republican talk show together.
Fun.
I mean, out
Which
there,
one?
Democratic talk shows. So they're pretty moderate. So we're hoping we don't get a lot of culture war questions with me walking in there as a woman, but we'll see.
Can you tell us which one you're going to?
If I knew the name of it. I know his name is Bert Kite. And it's like the Van Zant Center, something like that. I don't remember what it is, but it's based in Van Zant County.
Okay.
And he typically goes on like 10:30 in the morning. Like I know the guy's name, but I don't really follow the talk shows that I have not much interest in.
So you were talking about how other candidates kind of banded together to form like this grassroots movement, which is that's awesome. Is that something that came through like organically, or did somebody reach out first and then it was like, yeah, let's do this, like let's like how did that happen?
So we all started, we follow each other because we're like, okay, how are you doing this? Because all of these people, like we have teachers, we have moms, we have veterans, we have a bunch of people that are not politicians that are just like, fuck it, I'm running because I'm not doing this anymore. And so that was kind of like the general feeling in the atmosphere. And so it was like that leading on people that are in the same situation as you. So, you start talking, you go, hey, and then you end up going to similar events and then you overlap enough. And then the people that you overlap with start overlapping with each other, and then you just kind of like start taking everybody in, and we're like, okay, we're all gonna do it together now, and we'll be like, hey, I can't afford a table over here because the entry fee is too expensive. Do you want a table with me and split the cost? Like that's what it's been. So we're all just out here like looking out for each other and making sure that everybody gets name recognition. I go out and I'm just like, hey, I'm gonna go walk. I'm by myself today. Does anybody else want to come with me? And we'll end up getting like only like 3 or 4 candidates just together walking. Nobody else, no volunteers, just the candidates walking neighborhoods.
That just makes it so painfully obvious why we need to get money. It should not cost money to run for office.
It shouldn't.
This is what I'm talking about. If the only people who can actually be at these events have enough money to get there, they probably shouldn't be representing people who also can't sit at those tables with them. And you've actually had some ideas kind of in this vein. Can you kind of go into that?
As far as running out of politics?
Yes.
So for me, I was like, okay, what do I need? People like signs, because we have signs in our yards, free marketing, right? We have literature we can use to get that out. And then whatever apps that you have, Texas is providing like van for free with this coordinated campaign that we have. It sucks, but it's there. So I was like, so you really don't need much. And so for me, instead of going out and like calling donors and going to fancy events and fundraisers, like, well, we still have them. For me, the most important thing is that I'm walking my neighborhoods and I'm talking to my neighbors. I actually, literally tonight, I had neighbors come over to me. He's like, how are they doing in the polls? Because I have a Keenan and a me sign out in the front yard. And he was like, how's Keenan doing? And I was like, we can't afford polls. They're $10,000 for a poll. I was like, I can go ask my neighbors and see how they're doing. And that's good enough for me, to get an idea of what my neighbors are doing. Like, why do I need to pay for polls? Like, I don't need to pay for polls if I'm literally walking my neighborhood and talking to the people that they're going to poll anyways.
Yep.
So I just, we're working on our media. We're talking to people. We're getting the word out. Like I always meet up with the other congressional candidates and they're like, everybody talks so highly of you. You're so sweet. Like I had Dan Barrios just pop up at my birthday party and brought me like a whole bouquet of flowers.
I love Dan.
Sunshine. Like there's just so much support. And so when you have that support, like, I don't think you need to sit there and like spend a bunch of money because we're all lifting each other up. I'll talk to you. And then afterwards I'll be like, hey, this is a list of candidates that are fantastic. If you need extra content, like we can just push each other and help each other. And that is something that I heavily believe in. But I mean, we don't need money if we're talking to the people in the district.
Republicans, take note.
Well,
I mean, that's what people are getting outspent. The people that aren't out in their neighborhood talking to people, they're getting outspent. Like, or they're getting outspent and it's not doing anything. It does not move the needle like an inch. Okay, not an inch, like a millimeter. It doesn't move it. I was like, if you're not going to talk to the people, why even bother?
How big is your district?
So I think from like point A to point B is about 2.5 hours like long.
Okay.
But it's about an hour wide.
Okay.
So,
I mean, that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a weird one. So it kind of like hooks into Dallas. And then I have 4 full counties, and the counties are like bunched up together right here. But the part that's in Dallas, like it goes up East Dallas, and then it like hooks over through Garland into like a Firewheel Plaza because there's nobody there. And then it goes down only to one side of a lake, but the side of the lake that it touches isn't even the side that the rest of the district is on. So it literally goes around it.
Ray Hubbard?
White Rock Lake.
What? Okay.
Here, let me
I live in Richardson, so I'm like, I'm trying to look at this map in my head. What the hell who did this?
Republicans.
Mm-hmm.
So my district goes up, right? So mine goes from Seagoville, Mesquite, Garland, Lake Highlands, White Rock Lake, and Rowlett. White Rock Lake. Like, wait, the little part in between on the other side of the lake that touches my district is 33. It's called Red. But then up by Lake Highlands on another part of it is also 24, which is Kevin Burge, and also like who is it? Evan Hunt.
Yeah.
Let's see. Is this right?
And then I have Danny Minton, who's running in like out like South Dallas and everything else. Yeah, it's crazy. So that's not mine. That's the old Congressional District 5. If you type in Plan C 2333 District Viewer,
Girl, hold on. Plan C.
Plan C 2333 space district viewer, one word. It'll pop up with the 2026 approved plans from the redistricting in last August. But it's just wild. But like Danny Minton, like I touch him all the way on in Anderson County, and he's running out in Tarrant.
Okay.
It is insane. And then freaking like Dan Barrios is Rockwall, and he goes all the way out to Upshur County, damn near Longview, and like almost touches Louisiana.
Why is this?
I don't even know who my rep is anymore. Like, I don't even know. At
That
one point it was
sucks.
Julie Johnson.
That sucks.
I don't know.
So 5?
There's 5.
Oh,
So you see
jeez.
6. Where I have 6 is Danny Minton, and he's running in Tarrant County, and then
That's
all the
yeah,
way
that's
to
stupid.
Albany. Wait, why is he on Anderson? That's 2193.
Zoom way in on
Still not
Dallas
even the
County
right
tab.
one. That's a different
In
map.
Dallas County?
That's a whole other. This is the current map. This
Oh.
is 2024's. That's not even 2026's.
Holy I'm
This is-
sorry. What?
It's Plan
Yeah,
C
but-
2333.
333.
This 13,
233.
that was my whole map, so I kind of don't feel super bad about it.
You should look at 11 now. 11 now is insane. But if you go to add overlay plan,
Okay.
it's gonna look really confusing, I promise, but it doesn't get better. But I just
Okay.
you can see the difference in the like maps now if it ever loads.
Congress. You want a Congress, right? I don't
Yep.
know.
Congress House with the federal. It'll take a second, but we can chat. But it like the redistricting is absolutely insane. But what they did for us is they gave us 6% more of Dallas and dropped out 2 very red counties. We
Oh,
did
that was nice.
Yep, district for 2026 elections. And yeah, so we now have more Democrats than Republicans.
That's so
We're
crazy. So
really
Houston is split up, is broke up like that. San Antonio is broke up like that. Austin
Do you
kinda.
see how many changes they made?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah.
So now my red goes all the way down through Anderson County, and then if you scroll into Dallas, look at how crazy those lines look.
What the okay.
All of the red is new districts, and you can't even tell which ones are new districts. because
That's
of it.
crazy. So where
I think Claire Reynolds has 20 counties in her district, and it takes her like 11 hours to drive across.
How is this one district like this? That's wild.
Yeah, but okay, so White Rock Lake up there by 32, like the orange spot in Dallas. So most of like I don't know if you can see where like the new red goes down and around White Rock Lake.
Mhm.
That's my district now. So that wasn't there before. Like the pink cut back way off. So that's how much more they gave me.
So they cut I know that community, the Lake Highlands community, they could not have been happy about this.
They were very mad to lose Julie Johnson. Extremely mad. Like I started reaching out to people like during primary time, and they're like, I don't want to talk to you. You're not Julie Johnson. I'm very happy
oh my
with
goodness.
like you don't really have a choice. Like you're stuck with me now. That like I mean they're mad. Obviously everybody else is pretty mad too. But like the Lake Highlands people are very mad and they're very organized.
Yeah, they are. Yes,
Uh
they are.
Jill, I don't know if you know Jill Cochran, but she's a force to be reckoned with in that area.
I am part of well, I know Jenny Green Laughlin of the Richardson area Democrats, and she's the same way. Like she's an absolute juggernaut, doesn't sleep. I don't know where she gets her energy from.
Joey Kane is similar as well.
Like, okay, did she
Yeah.
try to recruit everybody to city council? Because that's my girl Jenny's
No,
mission in life.
Joey does her podcast and she's involved with the Funky Styles Democrats and a bunch of other stuff. And she is like on the social medias. She does so much stuff. But she's part of the Richardson area Dems too.
That's
Like,
awesome.
She is.
Okay.
But, yeah, it's like this redistricting, like it's a blessing in disguise. It dropped us 12 points to the left, and that's before the polls and everything that's been happening. We have a very large amount of Latino men right now in our district, and they just swung 51 points left. So we're just I know it's very
talk about the
volatile.
economy.
Yeah.
It's just all you have to do is talk about the economy. You don't even have to really talk about it. You can just go, how are we affording things today? And it'll be done. Like everybody is suffering right now. I don't care where you live in DFW. It doesn't matter where you are, you're suffering right now, one way or another.
One thing I have never seen in my life that I saw today was it's almost a $2 difference between gas and diesel a gallon.
Yeah.
I looked at that today and actually really looked at it, and I was like, holy crap, I've never seen $2. I've seen diesel lower, I've seen it more expensive, but never by almost $2 full.
Yeah.
Especially in Texas.
Yeah. And I don't know if anybody remembers this, but Abbott promised that we would be down close to $2 a gallon by the end of the summer. And ladies and gentlemen, I understand that it's going to be hot until November, but we are close to the end of the summer, and we are at almost $4 a gallon in my area.
Yeah. I do have some good news for y'all though.
Ooh, okay.
Guess who I've had reach out to me?
Who?
Ooh, Republicans over the THC ban.
Yay.
Rural Texas.
Yeah.
They're livid. So I thought we've already had reach out from health insurance and just the economy in general. But the minute that, those became felonies and everything else, they were like, how do you feel about it? And I was like, I love it. I said, we're happy. It would contribute to the economy. I suffer from chronic pain. I totally get it. It's not something that I partake in frequently. Because kids, I have a lot of other things on my plate, but that's not the number one thing for me, but it is something that I think is really important, especially with people with PTSD. We have the mental trauma, we have all the other stuff, and it's so helpful, especially for body conditions that just hurt all the time. Yeah. And so they were like, I can't function without it. I was like, I need to vote for somebody who, doesn't. And I was like, hey, I understand your concern. You need to vote all the way down ballot if that's your big concern. I was like, but from the federal standpoint, I'm for it. So
let me give you some advice as somebody who ran as a Republican for Congress, that this is a very good
segue transition,
like a segue of transition for bodily autonomy for Republicans, because Republicans are a lot of them are very Christian nationalist. Yes. And very much anti-abortion, anti-women's rights, all of the things, but they want to smoke weed. And I made a video today about it. Is this is about your bodily autonomy too, right? You get to choose to go to the gym. You get to choose what food you eat and what things that you put inside of your body. You get to choose cannabis as your medicine. That's your right. It's your body. And so it's a very good segue, just saying. You're a Republican.
Awesome. Might have to use that on my show tomorrow, but don't tell him.
I got nothing. But I do want to know if there's anything that you have, any topic specifically that you've changed your mind about since the last time that we interviewed with you. Is there an issue that, as you're campaigning and you're meeting voters, that you have learned a little bit more that made you realize this is more complicated than I thought, this issue specifically, and maybe you've changed on that, or you've changed the way that you discuss it?
A lot of the stuff is just realizing how much more important than I thought it was. And it hasn't really, not necessarily that it wasn't important, but that it was going to become such a big topic, especially with data centers. We've had water battle after water battle after water battle in our district. And it has been very billionaire heavy in those water battles. We have some of our counties are getting sued up to the federal level by a billionaire. Obviously, they don't have the money to take them to court to keep the rights to their water. And it's becoming so severe. It's also pushed me further into abolish ICE. Since I've started running, the more that I deal with just the general public, that sentiment is pretty far and wide. And then flock cameras with the mass surveillance, it's still 50-50 in a lot of our areas. It's still polling at a very it's not right here with a lot of them. Yeah. But I live in a very blue city in Terrell, but the outside of Terrell is very red. So we get a lot of mixed opinions. But the one thing that they're all coming together with right now, in the People of Terrell Facebook page, they hate flock cameras. They're going up all over our city. So a lot of them haven't connected the flock cameras to the data centers either, that are kind of for it. And then the minute that comes up, they're like, all right, yeah, I'm done.
Mhm.
So just the mass surveillance, the government overreach, and all of that is just very big. I did have a pretty hefty realization today. So I went to the county commissioners this morning, and within 3 minutes of talking to the county commissioner after like the actual meeting was over, he managed to bash Muslims and women while we were talking about data centers. I was like, all right,
Oh my God.
I can see where this is going, but he was like, oh yeah, we're for small government, so we don't want to tell you what to do on your property. And I was like, okay. So he was like, the only thing you really need is utilities, right? Because we were talking about the data centers, like purchasing the property. They're like, they don't really need anything from us, so they just get to basically do whatever we want, right? And I'm like, so your version of small government is letting corporations take over massive amounts of land and harm the people that are there. Like,
Not conservative at all. Like that blows my freaking mind
like,
so
you're
much
sitting there, and I'm
every
like,
single time that I hear
my
a
head is just
Republican.
yeah, my head is just like sitting here going like this because I'm like, how are we justifying this? But it makes sense because Kaufman is the second largest growing county in the nation. It is huge. Like, I don't know if y'all are familiar with Forney specifically, but like
Yeah.
Forney is growing rapidly, and we have found out just so much stuff about Forney. But they have all of these municipal districts outside of city limits, and the county is just letting them build it because they're like, well, you have everything you need for it. Well, we're hands off. While it just pushes heavily on the infrastructure of the city, while they have zero funds from these gigantic neighborhoods surrounding it. And so they're struggling really bad with the budget. And, you know, of course it's on them because they're the city council, but it's on Kaufman County for not regulating zoning because now they can't keep up with infrastructure, because that's considered small government, is letting massive amounts of developers just come in and screw it over. And they have been complaining it's the Democrats from Dallas coming in and building all these apartment complexes and housing districts. It's not. It's people that are
Oh my goodness.
of thousands of dollars to our representatives. Lance Gooden has taken almost $500,000 from developers, economic developers, and investors, from the housing associations, from all of it. He's taken nearly $500,000 to let them build these massive, massive neighborhoods around a city that can't keep up with the infrastructure.
And you just said it is like he has taken that for this specific thing. That's a payoff.
It gets worse.
That's
So how much do y'all know about the Dallas Housing Authority? It's a federal program.
Don't live in Dallas.
Okay, so it's technically Section 8 voucher housing.
Yes.
I'm totally cool with Section 8, prefer Section 9, love mixed housing, want to see it. But what's happening is Kaufman County has this many housing vouchers that they're requesting, and the other 6 counties that Dallas Housing Authority covers are requesting this many combined. So these developers that are paying off all of our politicians in Kaufman County are choosing build to rent people, and they're coming in and building like 90% of the houses and applying for the vouchers. And then they're going into voucher foreclosure, and they're decreasing the property value and increasing rent. And they're doing it outside of city limits. And so they are like, the city of Forney is collapsing in on itself because they can't afford to keep up with anything. And the only reason that they're able to afford even like an 8th police officer, an 8th out of like over 100,000 people almost, is because they had federal funding from a crime like program.
So what you're saying is that it's not immigrants.
Oh yeah, it's not immigrants.
Or
it's not
Democrats,
trans people.
or trans people.
No,
It's
that
not.
are
It's not.
making rent
It's
higher
not.
in your city safer.
It's the
It's
girls. It's the
Republican.
girls and females in boy sports. That's what it is. It's the girls in boy
Yes.
sports.
Oh my God.
It's girls in boy sports, trans people, immigrants, not the politicians getting millions of dollars across the county. And then I walked out, like while I was walking out of the county commissioner's court today, I heard one of the county commissioners say, yeah, they offered me $120,000. I took it and then didn't let them have it.
Openly.
Openly.
Guys,
I did not introduce myself officially to them because I was just listening to what was happening. I was just a mom there with a 3-year-old at a county commissioner court. And so they all just like looked at me and they're like, okay, that's weird.
This is what your tax dollars pay for.
That's what your tax dollars pay for. And they're like, well, we don't really have the money for anything. Everything is going up. It costs more. So we just cut a bunch of departments.
Oh my goodness,
Oh
man.
God.
I'm like, yep, that's conservative. All right, that is conservative
Uh,
thinking. Like,
How
don't.
what's the age group? What was the age group of those people?
It was a copy and paste of old white men. It was 5 of them.
Wow.
It is
Interesting.
time, people, to
It
pay
was like between like
attention.
50 and 70. But yeah, like the one guy, he was sitting there. He was talking to 4 women, and he goes, you know, that's actually how we got rid of that Muslim city that was planned, was because they didn't have enough utilities. And I'm like, first of all, the Muslim city that they're talking about was a Saudi Arabian backed company that May Musk is the freaking face of, that they kicked out of Kaufman County. I was like, so it was their people that they kicked out. Second of all, why? Why do we have to bring Islamophobia into it? Like, that wasn't even, it was an AI city that was going to drain water, and it was literally Saudi backed. And
Yeah.
so that's what they read out, which I'm thankful for. Don't get me wrong, not because they were Muslim, because it was going to be a drain on our resources. And then he turned around and he was like, well, the data centers, they're going to try to power themselves with batteries. And he was like, they're
Oh my
lithium.
God, you guys.
Okay,
That's what everybody says.
but wait. So he said lithium, like the car batteries, like your phone, like your husband's 21-volt drill, to the group of women. And I was like, how do you just you went straight from Islamophobia to misogynistic in like 2 seconds? And I'm like, so they're just they're taking money, they're not doing what they're telling them to do. Like Gooden, he, looking through his finances, takes money from human rights activists in the Middle East and Israel at the same time.
He just wants everybody to get along. He's a
Money
man
is
of the
money.
people.
You
And
know-
then- yeah,
You
he
know,
likes that.
with the it's absolutely crazy with the Islamophobia, because the GOP chair, I believe, he was I don't remember his name, but I know the issue was at the last there was some kind of a convention, and
Mhm.
somebody had made a remark about the GOP chair, who is I don't know his nationality, but he's Muslim, and it upset a lot of people. It's like they just don't, they are
Yeah,
so
it's
open
American.
about their racism that they will go
Yeah.
to these events and in front of a microphone and just announce it in front of everybody.
But the thing is, like, people join it. The people that are like, do you just think that they're gonna like you if you pretend to be white? Like, they can see that you're not. And
Yeah.
I unfortunately do have Christian nationalist relatives. I like to claim my ones that were super progressive and worked with civil rights and all of that too, but I do have Christian nationalist relatives. I know how they think. I've heard the dumb crap that comes out of their mouth on a daily basis. I sat there and fought with somebody, and I was like, well, if you don't want to pay for social services, then I don't want to pay for your social security. And she's like, fine, just let me die then. And I was like,
Okay, bye.
I was like, we were sad.
Here's the thing
I was like,
about that social
we
service-
hadn't been talking for about 2 years at that point, because I couldn't deal with the immigration. Just like we were constantly just fighting over immigration policies during Trump's first term. She did not live to see his second. So
I would just deal with
Darn.
the socialism thing and Republicans the same way that what we were talking about with Vicky Goodwin. And it's just like, I bet that you cashed your Trump check.
Right?
I bet that you cashed your stimulus checks.
Yep.
I bet you did. And I bet that
I did.
during COVID, when you couldn't work, that you also accepted
Absolutely.
all of the extra money that your company
Absolutely.
Yep.
applied
Especially,
for.
I'm gonna say it over and over. Especially all those dudes in the oil field, man. Though all those conservative oil field workers freaking banked during COVID, doing
My favorite
nothing,
example-
doing
Well,
nothing.
Trump gave them that money. Trump really cares. And what you have to remind people when they start
Not
talking
socialism
about
when
the
Trump
things
gives it to you.
that what?
Not socialism when Trump gives it to you.
Well,
but, like-
no. It's that Trump didn't even want to give them that money.
Yeah.
It was the Democrats in the House who voted on it and basically forced his
Twist his
hand. And he
arm,
said
yeah.
The only way he would send those checks out is if he
Mhm.
got to sign them. And then all of a sudden it was a great idea.
But then we sit here, we bash capitalism. We're like, we're not accepting that communist money, and then an entire camp of girls at Camp Mystic gets wiped out by a freaking flood because you won't accept the money that comes from communists. Are you stupid? Sorry.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm on it tonight. I'm tired, so it's coming out.
No, go for it.
Yes. Bring it.
Yeah, but my favorite thing to be like, oh, my favorite form of socialism, all of the households in the city of Terrell pay $1 a month. So one household, $12 a year for ambulances. So if we have an emergency, we pay $12 a year for an ambulance ride and do not have any other bills left over.
That's awesome.
Like
That's my favorite form of socialism. That's does that help you want? I like the fire department too. Like, hey.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
all-
don't call 911 if you don't want to be a socialist.
Right?
Yeah, no shit, right? If
I
they
pay
ta-
my taxes. No shit.
It's-
Ew.
Social Security got 76% of the nation's elderly out of poverty.
Yeah.
Like, this is what made it to where
Keeps
grandma
money.
didn't have to come live with you, and she didn't have to go live on the streets when she wasn't able to work anymore with Social Security. And that is a socialist program. So don't sit here and pretend like you don't appreciate that.
Yeah.
You guys are okay with paying Mitch McConnell and he's dead.
True that.
Just saying. Socialism.
I'm
Woohoo.
with you. Woo.
You know,
crazy
speaking of socialism, I know that in, I guess, like in national news in the Democratic Party, there's been like a lot of not a lot, there's been a lot of headlines of the DSA and I guess your establishment Democrats kind of going at it. Are you experiencing any kind of that within the campaign or from afar, or is that
of
even
volunteers.
I'm sorry?
I get a lot of volunteers.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I mean, as far as like the other candidates or like,
So the GOP, I don't know if y'all have noticed, have taken on this phenomenal way of banding together and campaigning against Talarico and not mentioning their opponents at all, ever.
Mhm.
Have y'all noticed that? They only talk
Yes.
about Talarico in Texas.
Mhm.
They will, then none of them are talking
Mhm.
about their opponents. They won't even debate them. They won't acknowledge them. They won't go in the same room with them. So for me, like, I see good and be like, oh, socialist, blah, 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 whatever, because it's the same stuff that spews out of his mouth 4 or 5 times a day. It's not even him. It's a bunch of frat boys in DC that own a marketing firm.
Yep.
But it's just nonsense constantly. And so I'll see stuff like kind of around, but the progressives and the just Democrats in general in Texas are so much more progressive than the ones that we see in the city. While we do have a ton in the city of Dallas, we have very, like, just the standard moderate Dem in rural Texas is more progressive than I think the progressives realize, because I started connecting people from the city of Dallas. I'm like, hey, why don't you like go over to this county and go over to that county? And most of my county chairs are like, all right, cool, we're on board. I mean, I literally walked into Anderson County in Palestine, Texas, into their chair's house, and they're like, how do you feel about ICE? And I was like, I want to abolish it. And they're like, hell yeah. Don't change. So I mean, it's the most, it's the people that you look at and you're like, there's no way you're a Democrat. And they're like, get rid of them, get that out of here. I want Medicare for all. I want this, I want that, because they've been living under Republicans at every level of government for their entire lives. And so they're like, get them out of here. They want the very progressive things. They're like, yep, that sounds good. But speaking of DSA platforms, I think my favorite thing that I've seen lately is the abolish the Senate is a big deal. Keith Self actually proposed an amendment from the Freedom Caucus, not an amendment, but a repeal to the 17th Amendment, which allows us to vote for our Senate by popular vote and gives it back to state legislation. So we have them trying to take it away from the people and then also to abolish it, which, I mean, since I've learned about the Electoral College in middle school, it's racist. I don't like it. I hate it. I've always hated the Electoral College. The Senate is literally the same thing. So I've never been a fan of just like 2 representatives for the states. I mean, it was a compromise with the Confederacy. They lost. They can suck it.
People don't know that. Like, people have no idea that this isn't something that we've always had. This is not by the people and for the people. When you have that few representatives to cover each state, and then when you go into the history of it, this is not supposed to be like this, you guys.
No, it was supposed to be a unilateral house. It's not supposed to be bilateral. And I mean, the only thing that they're trying to do, it's very Oliver Cromwell, which I don't think people realize either, where it's, take away the monarchy. We only want the parliament. We only want one governing body. We don't want anybody over the governing body, and to be able to hold people accountable. But was Oliver Cromwell Cromwell became very popular during a time where the king wanted absolute power with the monarchy, and they ended up, beheading him in the middle of a street. Like, I was just in the city where that happened over the summer, so I got to learn about the history in Nottingham. So
That's awesome.
So like just being there in real time, and it was so funny because we had people that were like, can we do that in America? It was not me, but I did raise my hand. But it was wild. But I also got to go out into England. I told them I was running for Congress in the US. I was running to be a legislator, and they're like, that's amazing. And I was like, yeah, have you heard about Prairie Land? And they're like, what? And I start telling them about Prairie Land and how our activists are getting 30 to 100 years in prison for literally being at a protest and passing out literature, or even having literature at their house. I mean, I know there was a murder, and that was like, or it wasn't even a murder, was it? It was just a shot. I don't think
It was a shot. It was a
It
shot.
was just a shot. Yeah.
I was hoping he was dead, and I think that I just kind of like went that way. Anyways, but I mean, 100 years for just a gunshot.
Yeah. And some zines.
And some zines for 30 years. So I was telling them about that, and they're like, I didn't know it was that bad. And I was like, yeah, wait till you hear about Dilly Detention Center. And then I told them about that too.
Oh my God.
So they have no idea what's happening. A lot of our news is being filtered out, and they're getting news that we're not getting. Like, it's just obviously not a complete picture. But
I heard that there's another really bad detention center out near Waco, I guess west of Waco, that's starting to make headlines.
Great.
Is that the one with the kids, with the girls?
Oh, it might be. I'm sure it is. I feel like that's at every detention center at this point.
We need to stop calling them detention centers. They are literally concentration camps. And guys, concentration camps do not just apply to the Holocaust. Yes, the Jewish people were put into concentration camps, but it's just a concentration of people, like we did to the Japanese. So
in America,
these are concentration camps.
I mean, it's defined by the medical neglect, by food that is soured, it's water that's not accessible, being like labor, and then putting people of all ages into it, being overcrowded.
An undiverse populace.
I mean, if you look up the definition of a concentration camp, it is the exact thing that's happening. I told a Republican that it was a concentration camp, and she freaked out on me, and it was really funny. And then I said, okay, bless your heart. And then she yelled at me even more, and it was just great.
I mean, I think that there's a lot of, we didn't teach our kids history.
Yeah.
Our kids don't know history.
That's
our kids don't know how to write or to read. And that's a huge problem when it comes to history, because anything that we fail to remember, we are doomed to repeat. And we've had concentration camps in America before.
Yeah.
That's what she was just talking about. We had Japanese concentration camps after World War II or during World War II.
Don't forget about the Mexican repatriation either. Literally after the Spanish influenza, the pandemic, they started rounding up Mexican. They were even immigrants because the border crossed them, but they started literally rounding them up and like taking them over to Mexico when they were born in the country, just before it was the country. So we have just a really dark history of rounding up immigrants. I mean, with the Asian population not being allowed to come over through Angel Island, and when they did come over, they were treated horribly. We had issues coming through Ellis Island with the Irish. Like it's a rinse and repeat every 40 years. Yeah. We do something horrific to
a group of people. Yeah.
My husband is from Puerto Rico, and if you ever want to know about something truly awful, look up the Puerto Rico birth control trials. That'll ruin your day.
That sucks.
They involuntarily sterilized something like 48% of the Puerto Rican population.
Too.
Yeah.
It was eugenics.
Well, with the indigenous people, they would literally put them under for a procedure and take out their uterus.
Ugh.
And then they did it to Black women for centuries. I mean, they literally, like the history of OBGYN, we have 3 women that are, they have statues in Alabama, or is it Georgia? I feel like it's like right around.
I think it's Alabama.
I believe it's like northern Alabama. But the 3 women that literally got experimented on by a doctor for all of the surgery.
3 Black women.
3 Black women, yes. And they were enslaved. Yeah. So
So
it's just
everything that we do know is
we hate women,
influencing them.
hate people that have any color to their skin or any melanin. Like it's horrific. We've never treated anybody well. And the thing is like they can call people that were enslaved immigrants because they came after them, but we were immigrants when we enslaved people too. So it's just
Preach.
I mean, we can't win. The one thing I was talking about it today, the museums that I went to in England, they all had decolonized the museum on their windows, and you got to learn about the entire project where they're trying to give back, like the university museums, they're trying to give back
That's
their
awesome.
stuff. Obviously too late, but they're trying and they're educating people on the way, and they've started doing family timelines for a lot of their stuff. So like this is what the ancestors would look like, and this is how people grew up in here. And they had an entire area that was heavily focused on immigrants. For theirs, the immigrants of like that came in, and they were like, okay, this is what we did when we were here, and then this is what their daughter's doing now. So they would have like a 20-year-old woman that's in college and working on stuff like as part of their family lineage. So they would tell the entire story. So they were reaching out and trying to get the trinkets back to families, but ended up expanding a lot of them. So
That's
it's
awesome.
really cool. But I mean, like so I'm sitting there, I'm watching all of these, and while I'm here, I see like end socialism and democracy, basically. You're going to hell on billboards, and there it was end social or end sexual violence against women, free Palestine, like literally everything across the entire freaking country. I mean, that was graffiti, but it was still there. Like it was very heavily there, and they still had all the protests and they had all of that stuff, even though they do get censored some too, but they were just so much further than we are, and it made me so know that I'm raising my daughter here instead of somewhere where they actively have campaigns to stop violence against women. And it's hard to see.
I mean, my daughter moved from Texas to Alabama. Yes, I have two daughters and a stepdaughter, all of childbearing age. I also have a grown son and a teenage son, and none of them want to have, obviously the little one doesn't have any business talking about it, but the older kids have no desire to have children. They all have long-term birth control on board. Like, it's terrifying, the idea of raising a child in the world as it is today.
I think it's 52% of women now under the age of 39 are childless.
Yeah.
And they're like, we're the majority. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, I'm just terrified 24/7 to take my kids to school, to go anywhere with them, And I started my journey young with kids because I have endometriosis. And so I'm like, well, if I ever want to have kids, I have to have them now. And then she was born 2 weeks into COVID. And then I had another one. I was 20 weeks pregnant with my second, and Dobbs was overturned, or like the adoption decision was made. So I'm just like, all right, well, I'm not gonna have any children because I don't know what else I can handle. That's like I don't know what other dramatic things.
Lifetime's fate.
Yes.
So let me ask you this: your last time we talked to you, you were running for the primaries, and that was the first time you had run for office, correct? So what do you think has changed in you between your primary run and now this run, the midterm run?
Sorry, my kids are outside, literally just like in a car right. Fly my window. Anyways. Quick little. I have so much more of a fire in me, a passion in me, and I just want to work for the people so badly. My daughter the other day, she was like, you could end up in history books. And I'm like, probably not, but that's a really cool thought. And she's really proud of it. And it keeps me going because she knows that I'm here to fight for her. And that's awesome. Our relationship has shifted where we don't get to spend quite as much time together, but she gets to go to events with me and she's learning and all of that kind of stuff. And me seeing that in her just drives me further into it, like ready to go. So it's a lot more passion and fire and confidence than I had in the primary.
What was it like to win? What was it like?
Yeah. How did you feel winning?
Overwhelmed. I was like, oh no, what's next? It was
shit.
Yeah. I was like, how's he going? Because I was ready. I was like, all right, if I don't win, I'm gonna go work with Keenan. Joke's on me, still working with Keenan. Doing this. At a bug. But I don't know. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to fight and we're ready to win. And that's the only thing driving me right now. It's like I keep meeting people and they're like, we're ready for you. Like we're ready to have representation and we're ready to have somebody that's happy and bubbly with a lot of energy.
She
So
has plenty of energy, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so name the top 3 issues that you have heard door knocking, like the top 3 issues that every constituent, no matter what party affiliation they are talking about.
accountability, healthcare, and children being fed.
So what do you plan to do to address those 3 things?
Accountability. I want everybody in prison. I don't know how much of that I can control, but that is what I'm going to push for. Anybody committing war crimes, crimes against children, crimes against humanity, The Hague. And as far as
Speaking my language, ladies and gentlemen.
as far as feeding children, we're looking into like social justice ministers between like the Black churches that are in the community, because they have that. It's amazing. And working with them to see who can accept Block grants, so that way we can get food on plates very quickly. We've seen, I was talking to a lady that, well, it's a couple, they help run the Forney ISD food pantry. And they said that they've seen a 40% increase in the past couple of weeks of student families that are coming in for food. So we're just really going to try to find places where we can get like the little grants of money that we can to feed children. And then, of course, I am very much for like ending the war and affiliations with Israel, because I'm tired of seeing children die, heavily tired of seeing children die. I listen to news in the morning and it's like, okay, well, 2 more kids were killed in Gaza yesterday because of an attack on a tent establishment. And I'm tired. I can't. I literally, my stomach turns every single time.
And they're literally putting our names of high profile Americans as consenting to these bombs being dropped to murder children.
Yes.
Murder children.
Yeah, the children aspect of literally everything is just gut wrenching every time. It's like, oh, it was a 5-year-old boy, while I'm like taking my 6-year-old daughter to school, and I physically can't do it. I've had it where I've watched a child screaming and running into his father's arms, nearly dying from a health like lung infection or whatever they have going on, but like can't breathe. And they've got bombs dropping around them, and I have my son laying on my chest sleeping peacefully, and it's such a shock to the system every single time I hear it. So between kids abroad and kids at home, I want them all fed, happy, loved, and homed. And I will do whatever I can to help with that one. And healthcare, I'm very big on Medicare for all. Well, I literally just put that on Do Not Disturb. I have my little moon up. But I would love the idea of universal healthcare, completely free healthcare, all of that kind of stuff. Medicare for all is the one bill that's on the floor that has gained a lot of support and will definitely lead us in that direction, because it's not free healthcare. And it has its flaws. Everything's going to have flaws. We're not going to have a perfect system. So let's just freaking go and get rid of medical debt and make sure that people can get care. Those are my things. That's what I want to do, and that's what I want to see. So
those are good things.
Yes.
Love it.
Do you want to go through a rapid fire there, Jen, or Chastity?
Yeah, do the rapid fire.
All
You want
right.
me to do it?
Yeah.
I've got it up. Are you ready?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. I think Chelsea's going to be good at this because she's fast. All right. Best thing about campaigning.
Meeting people.
Worst thing about wait, what was it?
I said I love them.
Okay, good. Worst thing about campaigning.
The laundry piling up in my house.
Ooh, that's a good one. Best campaign advice you've gotten.
Just be yourself. Like, that is what it is. I like to say, I was like, I'm just a mom. When they're like, what do you do? And they're like, you are literally everything to your children. You're incredible. You have time management skills. You have all of this. It's like, you were never just a mom. And I get pep talks all the time, and they make me cry. But it's always just like, be confident in yourself. What you have to offer is everything that people need.
Yes.
So,
okay, what's the worst campaign advice you've gotten?
Hire DC consultants.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
Damn.
you didn't take the bait, did you?
Oh man.
I'm volunteer based.
Yeah.
Okay,
I would like
good.
to pay more people, believe me, but I'm volunteer based, and I'm only listening to people that have been in this area or like run statewide and done stuff within but they live here. They all live here, and that's the important part for me.
That's awesome. What about most underrated Texas town?
Palestine.
Okay, tell us why.
One, super friendly, lovely people. Incredible every time I go see them. They're just so warm and welcoming. It's a beautiful little town. They've recently he's running for his 3rd term, but they have their first Black mayor, and they're trying to like work together to make sure like the town feels cohesive, and they're doing like they're in the past, but they're working really hard together to continue like a good future for their little town. And it's just
That's beautiful.
yeah, I was like, so they're getting up with the times, but I mean, it is just a beautiful little town, really pretty old historic homes, you know, one of those little, but I just, it's cute. I love going there. I have my little stops and
Okay, well, when you retire from Congress, then you can work for the City of Palestine's tourism board. You can just get people to come there.
I'm going to put my face on a billboard and be like, here.
Okay, so speaking of billboards, I'm sorry, I'm going to interrupt rapid fire real quick. We were driving back from San Antonio this weekend, and I think we were driving through Waco, and there was this big billboard for Don Huffines that said his name real big. Don Huffines, get illegals out of Texas. And I was
Oh
just
my
like,
God, dude.
you
So
paid for that.
blatant.
Dude, like you're a member of Prestonwood Baptist Church. It tells you everything you need to know. Okay, sorry.
We have Mothers Against Greg Abbott that's putting up billboards across the state of Texas saying, Moms fix everything but Gina.
So good. Okay, what is your comfort food after a terrible campaign day?
Oh, so there are these little tiny cups of birthday cake, like ice cream cake. You can get it at the Walmart freezer, like right inside, and it's the blue ice cream specifically. And it tastes like my childhood, and it just tastes like the color blue. Like
it tastes like the color blue. I know that color. I know that color.
My little cup of color blue.
I know that. I know that favorite color.
Yes, that's it.
Okay, one politician you would love to debate.
Debate?
Uh-huh.
Ugh.
Ooh.
I'm going to be in the same room with them. I don't know. I'm good. Let's go.
All right. Yes, ma'am. Okay, one politician you'd love to have a beer or coffee with.
Okay, so I'm so just like that. This one's hard for me. I don't know. I mean, I go have coffee occasionally, drinks with other candidates. Why do you do it?
But what about you, like an ideal, like somebody that's already in Congress, someone that's
ran, someone in the past.
Talib, Ilhan Omar, like 3 incredible women. Greg Kasar. I was like, they all sound pretty great.
Okay, yeah.
Great choices.
I get that one. I get the Greg one. I'd have coffee with Greg.
Greg's pretty cool.
Calm down, Jen.
I'm glad to hear that. It would hurt my heart if you weren't.
What's one political issue that you never want to hear about it ever again?
Ooh.
Boys and women's sports.
Boys and women's sports.
Oh, I know.
Why can't we just let trans people exist in like love and marriage and whatever they want to do? Like, what about individual rights? Like, why do we have to keep harassing an entire community of people? Same goes for the Black community. I would literally just want to run so that way they can be left alone and they can thrive. Like, that's it. Like, that is my goal in life, is to make sure that everybody can just thrive being themselves without having to deal with oppressive roadblocks.
Dude, like, you should just run for president and get this shit over with. Like, what is happening right now?
It's a lot of money to get on the ballot in every single state.
Oh,
$3,000 in Texas.
That's crazy.
That's just Texas.
Guys, think about how many awesome candidates we never even get to meet because they just can't afford to get their name on a piece of paper. It's mind-blowing.
Yes. Oh, and I did do it with donations. I did not let anybody pay my ballot fee. Just so we're aware, because that was an insinuation of my opponent. Not good.
And
who's talking smack
in their war chest? And your opponent has how much in their war chest?
This one has 1.3 million. The primary opponent, that made the insinuation, did not.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I've got a sweaty little boy coming. All right.
We're cool with that.
Okay, bye.
Well, so real quick, we do one thing at the end of every show. We did it last time with you. I think the question for you was something about socks.
Is it about the socks from Costco?
It was matching socks or something. I remember that question.
Yeah, the socks from Costco are my favorite socks. They have the little KB on them, and they just don't have any seams on the inside, and they're very comfortable, and they're the only socks I ever wear.
Heck yeah,
So-
that's like
Yeah. Your question tonight, though, comes from our last guest, which was Nick Pappas.
Okay.
And he actually left two questions. One if you're a candidate and one if you're not. But I'm gonna give you both of them. So the first one is, why are you still running?
To bring love back to a community that's been neglected for far too long.
I fucking can't. Are you kidding me? Stop it. I'm very sensitive over Dolly Parton today. And you're just
Hold on. Do we have an extra like 10 seconds? Can I
Yes.
skip the question
yeah.
Yeah.
in a second?
Just if you're gonna play a song, don't get us copywritten. Do it for like 3 seconds.
Playing from Chelsey
Oh,
Hockett,
hold on.
2.
A little baby that starts singing Jolie.
Oh my
Aw.
god.
I was like, I couldn't do much of it. Hold on.
Aw.
We went to Dollywood, everything. Like she's obsessed with Dolly Parton. She's been singing it like she was a teeny tiny little baby. So I told her today after school, and she started crying because her whole thing for her entire life was she just wanted to meet her. We went to Dollywood, and the
dude,
entire time she was like, I hope she's here. And so it was like, I'm so sorry. And so she was like, I don't get to meet her. Alexa, shut up.
Okay, so full disclosure, I have been blaming Orange Chump today for this because in my opinion, he took Betty and now he's taken Dolly, and I just don't understand why it's everybody but him.
Yeah, I literally turned around to my daughter. It's like, of course she's 6, and I probably shouldn't. But I was like, you know what sucks? And she was like, what? I was like, Trump is still alive. Oh man, aren't they the same age? And I was like, yes.
Dang.
God knows which one he wants, and it's not the big one.
So
Oh my
my theory,
God.
the only thing getting me through, especially like Jane Goodall and everybody that has just been absolutely incredible,
Oh,
like past
yeah.
years. The world knows that we need more activists, so they're just going to be reborn. And this next generation of people that are leaving us right now is coming to light, and they're going to be the ones to push us.
You can't just keep saying sunshine and rainbows. You can't.
That is the
And
only way
keeps
to get
in her phone every day. She's like, okay, give me my words of wisdom today.
We do affirmations in the morning. Feel free to chime in.
Well, I guess that's better than my conspiracy. My conspiracy was like, what if they took Dolly so they could take Trump next?
Like,
He microphoned.
And then like he's still here. So I'm like, you know what? They're leaving the planet now, so that way they can be reborn. And when they're ready to be here, they're gonna be able to fight back all of the crap that he put into place, and whatever he incubated is gonna be defeated by the next Betty White and Dolly Parton. The only thing I can think of.
I know, but they're sending in people too. They're sending in Lindsey Graham, Chuck Schumer. They're sending in people to be reincarnated too. So
Mitch McConnell.
Mitch McConnell.
Dude, have you guys seen the video of him like weekend at Bernie sitting up in a chair on the Senate floor for like
20 hours or
20
something.
Oh my
hours?
gosh.
It was
yes,
literally
and
like a
not
nursing
moving?
home video. Yeah, he didn't move the entire time. He literally, and they had an aide sitting next to him that did not leave his side.
It's guys, we are paying this man. We are still paying him, just like we were paying Kay Granger. Like, this is not normal to pay corpses or human potatoes for not doing anything with our
Dollars
tax
are
dollars.
going to literal potatoes instead of kids to be fed. Like, how
Yeah.
are we? Why?
So
I don't want to hear
Or
another
Charlie
person say,
Graham.
where's the money going to come from? You better not have another word come out of your mouth. If you are okay with the Pentagon not passing an audit in 10 years and getting $1.7 trillion, and you're okay with us paying sitting senators and House reps salaries when they're in the loony bin or in a hospital dying or already dead, I don't want to ever hear anybody talk about where's the money coming from again.
The U.S. national debt clock just rolled over to $40 trillion for the first time this past week.
$40
So
trillion.
And then what I also heard today is that if Trump cannot engrave his name into the Kennedy Center, that he wants to bulldoze it.
He wants to tear it down because he
Girl,
says what's
completely
going to happen is all of the fundraising is going to dry up because his name's not going to be attached to it. So this building is so dilapidated that the only feasible solution for the health and safety of the public is to demo it.
wow.
like
And then
Trump
maybe
Tower.
he'll build another Kennedy Center on top of it, but it just depends on what's going to suit the crowd that's going to be there. And
My
that'll be up
uncle
to
just
Trump.
renovated it about 10 years ago. He also built the DC Capitol Center and redid the rotunda at the White House. So take them all down, I guess. I mean, they are tearing down the White House, so who knows?
I know. Oh my God. This is the most fucked up timeline. 3 months, guys. If we can just get through the next round of elections and we can
70
cripple him and we can cripple Abbott. Oops, I'm sorry. That was inappropriate. At the very least,
Jen, you
Yes.
got on the Tovar for that last week.
I know I'm sorry.
You're not in-
I do frequently say I just want to push him into the middle of a river.
Oh, God, we're just-
Tovar said last week, I wish Abbott would just get off his ass.
You know, he already took Governor Hot Wheels from us, so
I know.
I know, right?
rude.
I
Oh
mean,
my goodness.
I do have to say one thing to you, Chelsey, because if I don't, my friend Cindy will have a cow. But it's back about Mitch McConnell.
Okay.
So just because you're running for Congress, she wants somebody to write a bill that says if you are absentee from floor votes for a
Done.
certain amount of time,
Done.
yeah, that you either have to be reelected, you have to have something like you
We
can't
have
you have to have a
people-
doctor's note to not vote.
We have people actively alive and not rotting in their home or a nursing home or somewhere far away from, Congress, that just don't show up.
Yeah.
That will vote like 3 or 4 times a year and literally just not even go to their office.
Mhm.
Perfectly healthy.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
ridiculous.
send that to Andrew and be like, all right, add that to the take back platform because it's ethics and accountability.
Yeah.
For
So-
sure.
Do you have any like meetups or town halls or question and answer sessions? Anything that you want to tell everybody about?
We're going to be starting stuff soon, but this Saturday at 4 p.m. we're going to be doing a virtual phone bank. So anybody everywhere can come hang out with us. We're going to do it through Google Meet. It's going to start at 4 and it's going to go until I'm done. So
So people sign up for that.
we're gonna so we are actually on Mobilize as well.
I think I shared the link to it on Facebook. I'll send it to you, Chas.
Okay.
Yeah, it's currently on Mobilize, or you can reach out to the campaign at ChelseyHockett4Congress.com email. It's on the website, or you can just message us at anything Chelsey Hockett for Congress. I'm trying Twitter. I suck at it. I don't really want to be on there. They made me do it, and
Dude, it's gross. It's so gross. Twitter is nasty. Twitter is gross. Like you have to have your cojones in place if you go on there. It is not just gross in the sense that
X,
people
right?
are, yeah.
Okay.
It's not just gross in the sense that people are vile and hateful, but it's also vulgar, and you can accidentally end up in situations that would probably get you fired or divorced.
Yeah.
Totally
miss
by
Tumblr.
accident, just by logging
Remember
on.
Tumblr? What happened to Tumblr?
Yes. Probably what should happen to X. It disappeared finally.
right.
Oh.
Fell into the
MySpace is
annals
coming
of
back, though.
history.
But
I know.
I've got a new marketing person and he's helping me out with like threads and ads and all that stuff. So when you see that and you're like, hey, just shout us out over there because he's been amazing. He took me from like 200 followers on threads to almost 23,000 in a couple
Awesome.
weeks. And I was like, dang. So he's helping me out there. We're getting ads out. We're doing all of that now. And I have somebody helping me with fundraising now. And like we are like almost a full cohesive team. And my
That's
fundraiser,
awesome.
she's like, put me on Twitter. I'm gonna fight everybody. So
Yes. Yes. Okay. Well, then it sounds like you got the right person for the job.
it's like we got it. We've got a great social media team. They're doing a lot on like the policy work and stuff for me. They're helping me with research and anything. I'm like, all right, this is just not acceptable. They spit it out for us, and I have a great volunteer team. Like we're fantastic. But if anybody wants to come in and be like, yep, I'm here, tell me what to do. Like we're always here to help out with that. Like
So,
Awesome.
where can we find you online?
ChelseyHockett4Congress.com, ChelseyHockett for Congress. The word for, because I'm not 16.
And before we leave,
Mhm.
you have to ask your question for the next guest.
Hmm.
It can be literally anything.
What's
Should
your
we
favorite
tell her who
canned
the next
soup?
guest? Okay, do what?
What's your favorite canned soup?
Ooh, that's a good. And I
Not
guarantee
homemade.
you,
It has to be canned.
Oh, it has to be canned?
It has to
Canned
be
soup.
canned. Yes,
Canned.
I want to know what brand. I want to know what kind. I want to know if they actually water it down
Dang.
like they're supposed to, or if they drink it concentrated or eat it concentrated. I eat it
Okay,
concentrated. I'm a
so-
weird person.
what's your favorite canned soup, and do you follow the directions?
Yes.
Okay. And
Mm.
I have a feeling that the next guest is going to have a really good answer for this because he's a veteran.
Who is it?
Who is
Zach
it?
Herbert.
Zach
Zach
Herbert. Oh,
Herbert.
he's in my district too. We overlap. We haven't done much work together, but we do.
But do you have like a
He's-
better question that you want to ask him?
No,
That's what I'm gonna-
No, that was it.
It has to be blind. We can't. No, we
No.
can't do that. That's not fair. Do you
I
want to ask
asked
Zach a
the
question?
and then you told me who it was, so I'll take it. But yeah, Zach, we need to schedule block walks and stuff together, but we overlap in a good part of our district. He goes down to Sunnydale with me, and then he goes up towards the top of my like Rowlett and over in the Collin County area. But
I gotta tell you, I'm seeing a lot more Zach Herbert signs than I am Angie Chen Button, which makes me very happy because she is a monster. And she's also non-existent. She doesn't do town halls. She doesn't do debates. She doesn't really answer her phone. She doesn't answer her email.
he's a Republican.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Zach is doing events with the neighborhood and with the
His ice
community.
cream stuff.
Yeah.
Allison does something else too. She's Allison Mitchell. She does a cool like thing with food. Like they do breakfast and stuff. I have a big district, so I don't do as much as I need to,
Girl.
like the actual part of it. But we do. We just try to do community events with canvassing and stuff. So I work a lot with the Kaufman County Dems, and I do a lot out there. So I'm like, hey, you want to see me? Come work with me.
That's awesome.
But I am the one. I always try to walk it. I do the events with everybody, and when I go to meetings, I go to the whole meeting. I don't just like stop it and say hey and then dip, unless I have a lot of things planned for a day. But like it is for me an all in every situation. So
I don't think that is hard to pick up. Like you are just so full of energy and so full of enthusiasm and drive. And I would love to know if there is a point where you actually like fall asleep and stop thinking, because I can't imagine that happens. Like you seem like you're
had
just constantly
one
going.
drink, and it was a really long day, and I was gonna go to the DSA picnic, and I almost like fell asleep, and I pulled up, and I was like, I'm going home. If I get out of this car, I'm not going to make it home, because it was my 4th event of the day, and I was like, I can't do it. I didn't officially RSVP. I was just gonna go and say hi, hang out with people that I see all the time, and I was just like, I'm gonna. Before anybody sees me, because I was so tired. But that was it. I think I had block walked. I had an endorsement meeting. I had a bunch of other stuff going on, and I made it to that, and I was just done. And that was the most tired that I've been. But everything else, I'm 11 to 11, 9 to 9, whatever the case is.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it. You immerse yourself in your community if you want your community to support you.
Yep. That's
AB equals
where
C.
I'm at. Yep. All right. Well.
All right, Miss Chelsey Hockett, thank you so much for joining us. Democratic candidate for U.S. House Congressional District 5. Get out and vote, everybody.
Check your voter registration. They are purging. They are suspending. If you think you're registered, make sure you check. You can go to votetexas.org or vote.org.
You can also reach out to me and email me as the candidate, because I'm a Powered by People representative as well, and I do volunteer work with them when they have time to.
Sweet.
Oh my
Nice.
God.
There you go.
I literally was talking to Beto today. Sorry to interrupt the very last part of it. I was talking to Beto today. We were talking about an endorsement, and somebody turns around and they're like, Kaufman County VDR. And I was like, got it. And
Fun.
It was
All
so
right.
good to talk to you again. We want to have you back when you win your election. So, hello, little one. Is this the daughter that is so
Yes.
proud?
Yes. She's
I hope you are
amazing.
so proud of your mom. I hope that you learn from her drive. I hope you soak it up. Oh my God, you're so cute. Holy crap, dude. They are precious.
Thank you.
You guys are so cute. Your mom is an absolute baddie.
We'll talk about it later. Thank y'all. You say bye-bye.
It's good. Hi, bye-bye.
All right, bye everybody. Thanks for joining us. See y'all
It's a
next
good
week.
thing.
Later, peace.
Bye, guys.
All right, Dunskies.